everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel today. I am super excited to show you these new explosion boxes that I have for the holidays. When you open these up, you're going to see a little scene inside, and I haven't glued this one down to the middle yet so I can turn it and show you, but we've got a little Christmas scene with a Christmas tree and presents and a fireplace and a mantle and little stockings hanging on the mantle. It's super charming. Kind of reminds me of our Christmas of 2020 where we're all practicing social distancing, and it's kind of like a little peek inside of a Christmas scene in one of our homes. So hopefully you'll have fun making these for your friends and family and giving them to them this year. So let's take a look at some of the other styles that we have. I've got another one here. When you open it up, it has this charming little camper inside. Isn't that adorable? I love it. It's got a little tree on top and some Christmas trees, and I put a little snow down on the bottom to kind of give it that Christmassy feel. And then I've got one more, and I haven't put it completely together yet, but I've done the base. So it's got a little house, some little Christmas trees, and in the file I've given you several snowflakes and different things that you can decorate the different panels with. I've also given you some pocket little journaling cards that you could put on these sides. You could put pictures on the sides. You can really go to town embellishing these and decorating them any way you would like. I've also included, like I mentioned, lots of snowflakes, small and big, and even a little snowman inside the camper file. So you can kind of mix and match and make these little scenes any way you would like. So the little Christmas trees are pretty straightforward to put together. They are just 5 layers of a flat tree, and you just glue those, you fold them in half and glue them side to side until they form the whole tree. This is kind of an example where they form a 3D tree when you put them together. So these are pretty little, but the one on top of the camper is really cute too. It's got a little stem that you just glue in between the layers there for the base of the tree. To put together the house, it goes together like a milk carton, just all one piece, 4 sides. The sides tuck in and the top pinches together and the roof goes on. And then this tiny little chimney here just glues right on. Super simple. Then you just put the little window coverings on. So I'm not going to demonstrate putting that together, but what I am going to demonstrate is the camper because it is a little more complicated. So I'm going to go ahead and move things off to the side here. I'm also going to demonstrate the main box piece. It's pretty simple. It's just kind of a frame piece that looks like this and 5 acetate pieces, and I've just cut this out of like a overhead projector type material, and we're just going to glue those on all the panels and then form the box. So I'll just show you how I do one of these. I'm not going to take the time to do all 5 panels because that would be a little repetitious. Let's just go ahead and put some tape along the 4 edges of that piece. And I'm just putting that right up next to the cut edge and not letting it overlap at all on the score lines. You could use tape runner or something else, but I kind of like this tape because it sticks pretty well to the acetate. And then I'm just going to use a little pin to help me get the backing off of that. And then we're just going to stick that acetate right down and make sure that that does not overlap any of the score marks. So that's just going to lay down right there, and you're going to do that on all the sides. And then once you've done that, you can go ahead and fold on all those score marks. And you'll need to use a bone folder or something to really burnish those folds in because you'll want nice crisp corners on all of your corners of your box. So just patiently go around each side, folding all of those. And the side that has the angled ones is here on these 4 sides. Those are going to glue to the bottom of your little scene. So they're going to be at the bottom, and then you'll just glue those down. So let's continue to fold those score lines real quick. That score line's a little harder to see for some reason. Okay, so once we have all of those folded, and you would want to go ahead and install all of those acetate pieces, you would just pull those sides up and glue on the 4 sides. Oops, here's one more fold we didn't get. And another one here on this side. Okay, so we'll just glue all those sides up, making sure to get those sides nice and square, and you're going to end up with a box that has these clear sides on all of them. And on this one, I put the little scene on one side instead of an acetate sheet. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you can do there. So to put together the camper, you're just going to have a piece that looks like this. I've gone ahead and glued the little curtain white pieces on the back side so they show through for the door and the curtains. I then glued on the pieces here of the buffalo plaid, and then I put the wheels on. And then you're going to want to fold on all the score marks to get a bottom that looks like that, and your 2 sides that look like this. And then we have score lines down the 2 sides, and we're going to want to fold all those little glue tabs in towards the inside. So let's just fold all those score lines in. And at the very end of this long piece, we have a score line as well that's going to wrap around and connect back here on this edge. There's a tiny little glue tab right there at the base. So you might want to take your bone folder and just push all those down really neatly. Okay, and the other thing that you need to do after you've got all those folded is you're probably going to push them back out a little bit, and the areas where we have the little jigsaw looking glue tabs, those areas need to curve. They're the curvy areas on our little house, on our little camper. So you're going to need to train that paper to curve. You might want to use the edge of the table, your fingers, something to kind of help that paper be trained. In the areas where we have those flat tabs, that's where we have our top and our top and our side here where it's straight. So you don't need to worry about curving there, just where we have those little sawtooth looking glue tabs. And right here at this base too. So you might even need to use an edge of something to kind of get in there and help you curl it a little bit. It's important to get that paper kind of trained to turn. You might even want to do this before you fold those glue tabs, or you'll have to push them straight again like I did. Okay, so you just want things to start forming the way they need to. And I found that it works best if you'll use a liquid glue and be patient as you glue around the edges of this, because it's just stronger. The tape runners I've tried to use don't hold too well. Oops, and don't get too much glue like I just did. So I'm just going to work around here a little ways on one side and patiently hold that as I go, making sure it's like holding close to the edge there. And the more patient you are with this part of it, the neater your little camper is going to turn out. I know the pieces are kind of small, but with patience you can certainly do it. I gotta push those glue tabs down. That Kind of got on the wrong side there. Okay, and then when you get down to this end, you're going to want to put a little glue on that end tab there and glue it in place. In fact, sorry about that. I need to fold on that little glue tab there too before it gets too dry on me. And the other side should go a little bit easier. This side is, you're forming all of that shape there. And the other side, it'll be a little bit easier. Okay, and then we just need to grab this glue tab here and put a little adhesive in there and slip it under there. Okay. Look how cute it's getting. I love it. So now on the other side, and just kind of reach inside there and help push all those tabs in place. And this other side, you can just push all those tabs down and get them ready. And we'll just put a little bead of glue all the way around the edge of this camper. Whoopsie. Making sure it's nice and close to the edge there, but not on the other side. And then we'll just flip that down. If you'll notice, those little wheels are cut out of the bottom, so they just pop right down where they're supposed to. So make sure that those go down. And this side is much easier to glue in place. Super, super cute. So when we put this together, I didn't really make a hitch for the front of the camper because I don't really feel like you need it. What I did is just layered a little bit of foam tape. Like 2 or 3 layers would be perfect of this thin foam tape. It just depends on what size foam tape you have. And we'll just peel that off. And you can just, I'm just gonna roll it. So it's about 3 layers deep. And then just attach it right underneath here so that when we put it on our card base, it just kind of holds up the front of the camper to be even with those wheels. So I actually don't have the right size card base here, but basically you'd have a piece just this size, but it would just go right in the middle there and you can build your little scene on your card. And in this case, I put the little tree on top of the camper, which looks adorable. And then I put a tree up front and a tree in the back here. Really, really, really cute. So when you're building these other scenes, I've put a tree in the front, or in the tree in the front corner of the house, a taller, smaller tree, and then the taller tree in the back corner. And on this scene, I've just put the large tree in the middle and the little smaller trees and then the 3 little packages. And just a little tip on the packages for the bows, I've used a couple of layers for each bow. So cut 4 of each of the bows. That's what I did, just to give it a little more rigidity so it would stand up nicely and they would stay on top of those packages and look good. So those are my tips. That's how you put together the little trailer, which is the most difficult piece. Everything else is really easy. The boxes are just 4 little glue tabs on those, and the little trees are super simple. And inside the files, everything will be shown in layers, like the little mantle and the stockings, and you'll be able to know where everything goes. So I hope you have a great time making these adorable scene explosion boxes this holiday season. I think they are a lot of fun. And I love little miniature scenes like this. They just really bring you in and invite the holidays in. They make great little decorations too. If you don't want to put it inside the explosion box, you could just use it as a little curio. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in another video. Bye-bye.